LeBron had a monster game with 45 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists to beat the Pacers yesterday. He played 43 minutes but left the game late in the third quarter with cramps and turned down an IV in the locker room. The Cavs will not have much time to rest with Game 1 against the Raptors tomorrow night. Signals into a very tired LeBron yesterday.
I'm burnt right now. I'm not thinking about Toronto right now until tomorrow. I'm ready to go home. Can we? I'm tired. I want to go home. So.
Shannon, what do you expect from LeBron against the Raptors?
They want to go home. I expect LeBron to be LeBron, but he cannot. As great as he is, he cannot and they will not advance if they don't get more contribution from other players. Kevin Love, in 7 games, had 1 game in which he scored more than 15 points. I want you to let that sink in, Skip Bayless. The second best player on their roster had 1 game in which he scored more than 15 points. And only for the second time since 1964. For the first time in NBA history, going back to 1964. Now, that's as far as I can trace it back. Now, maybe Elias can jump on it and find something that I couldn't, Joy. I don't have the resources. Me and Steve Boyd.
You mean Steve?
Yeah, Steve and I don't have the resources to be able to go back. But this is the first time in a 7-game series that only one man has scored 20 points or more. Only one time since 1964 in a 7-game series, Skip. That's what he was up against. I do not believe. Do I think he's a better player than any 2 players that they have on Toronto? Absolutely. But unless Kevin Love gives him more than what he gave him in this series, Skip, I'm afraid this could end quick.
In quick?
I'm afraid it could end quick, yes.
Okay, so what's your gut feeling?
My gut feeling tells me Kevin Love is going to give them more than Kevin Love. The players that we were counting on. And I'm not saying I need 20 points a night from JR. I'm just saying I just want guys to give me what they gave me in the regular season. Rodney Hood was 6 points less than what he gave you in the regular season. Everybody was down. Clarkston, Nance, Love. Love was, this thing got ugly for Love in a hurry. That's all I'm saying, Skip. Give him something.
He gave him the game yesterday.
No, do that,
Kevin
Skip.
Love
Stop
won
it.
the
Stop
game.
it. No, Kevin Love ain't win no game. Stop.
LeBron James checked out with quote-unquote cramps, and by the time he stepped back on the floor, Kevin Love made another 3. That's 8 quick points that he scored over that 5-minute stretch, and all of a sudden they went from up 1 to up 12, and the game was over thanks to Kevin Love. Love was in the air. Love is all around. All you needed was Love yesterday. You know it,
No,
and
I don't.
know
No,
it.
I don't.
He saved the season. He saved the game, and when it was time, he saved the king. God saved the king. No, Kevin Love saved the king. Way to go.
You do realize that when he checked out with 1 minute, because he had played up until that point, he played all 12 of the first, all 12 of the second, and he had played 11 minutes. So he checked out with exactly 1 minute left in the third quarter. You do realize at that point in time, they were up by 1. LeBron James had scored 38 points while Kevin Love had 6. So I'm just trying to figure out where did that 6
trying
way
to
in.
tell you what happened when the door swung wide open for the Pacers to run through it. They shrank. They disappeared. Oladipo did not register a point or a stat while LeBron James was off the floor. And that just won't work because your star was not a quote-unquote star at that point. And yet, going forward, that was a tough psychological matchup for LeBron, and I do not blame him for being burnt last night. And I hope he went home and kicked his feet up and had a nice, relaxing evening. Vino?
Yeah, he had a nice bottle of red wine. Probably the oldest one, I'm thinking.
A longer sip because, to your credit, I forgot to give him props earlier in the show for this, he is now shooting 82% from the free throw line in the postseason. So at this moment, you are winning our bet.
Like I told you he would.
At the end of the game, it was starting to get a little shaky. Unfortunately, he didn't have to shoot many down the stretch of the game because it wasn't that close to start with. But he has found a stroke from the free throw line.
Yeah.
He steps across the free throw line.
Stop
the
it,
ball
Skip.
gets there. Well, he just does.
Why you just can't give him a compliment and leave it? Why you got to say, he got a good stroke, but he steps across?
I think Kyle Korver taught him you need to follow through as if you're going to actually put the ball in the basket. So he is following through the best I've ever seen him. And it's the softest, sort of sweetest stroke that he's ever had from the free throw line. It doesn't look awkward. He did. He made 22 straight, and he kind of walks into the shot, so he crosses the line most of the time. But it's okay. Nobody's going to call that. It's okay because that's the best he's ever shot free throws, And I think that will carry over into the next series. I still don't think he'll shoot 80%. But
I
he's going to
do.
get close. He's going to get
I
close.
do.
And I also think that Rodney Hood and Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance Jr. got the first series playoff jitters out of the way, and I think they will all rise and shine in this series. Toronto lost 2 out of 3 to the Cavs this year, and the fateful game was April 3rd when I thought they could make some statement at Cleveland that we are the #1 seed and we're going to establish some psychological dominance over the King, and you know what happened? They lost again. So in the playoffs, over the last 10 games that they've played in the playoffs the last 2 years, the King is 8-2 against the, as you call them, baby dinosaurs. 8-2 with a sweep last year and a 6-game win the year before. But they've won 6 straight games, have the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I think LeBron gets a lot of help against Toronto because everybody comes to play against Toronto because Toronto will double or triple the King. And a lot of people are going to have open shots against Toronto they did not have against Indiana.
Well, but not counting these 2 this year, the previous 8 games in which they won, they had Kyrie. They had a guy that was averaging 25 points a night.
They had a closer.
Stop doing that. Skip, don't do that.
Well, they did.
Now, no, the closer is LeBron James. Now you've seen what he's done this series. I don't know what you saw the stats. They've been on everybody. You watch with the sound. See, I don't need the sound. LeBron James has hit more walk-off game winners in the playoffs than Michael Jordan. He's hit more.
Don't get me started.
Skip, I'm just telling you what Skip. You and I might lie. But numbers ain't gonna lie. They are what they are.
We don't have time to get back.
We ain't got no time because guess what? He gonna have some more. Your guy can't get any more.
So I'm going to predict.
What are you going to predict?
That LeBron James will sweep the baby dinosaurs once again. Here we go again. 2 straight years of sweeps. They're not for real. We keep it real. They are not
I
for
know
real.
what you're trying to do, Joy. I know what's.
Did I do it with the Pacers?
No,
I didn't do it with the Pacers.
No, I know what you're trying to do.
I'm not trying to do anything. I haven't liked them all year. I don't believe in their 2 quote-unquote stars.
He wants to say, this is what Skip Bayless is going to do. This is how he's going to play it. Oh, LeBron James, I'm predicting they sweep. That doesn't happen. I can't believe he did not beat this inferior team. No, Skip, I'm not going to let you do that.
Well, I'm doing it.
They're the #1 seed. LeBron James happened to be the 4th seed.
Okay, so you pick it.
In order for...
Pick it.
Obviously, I'm going to pick the Cavs.
Okay, in what?
6.
In 6?
In 6.
Okay, so they're going to win it at home in 6, right?
6 games.
Okay, well, that's not all that big a deal.
Skip,
I got it in 4 games.
That's the #1 seed.
I thought they were the baby dinosaurs.
They are, but they're still formidable. They're bench. See,
They have a new bench with Van Vliet and Siakam.
Yeah.
I will give you that. But those 2 did not show up in Cleveland on April 3rd. Go look back at what happened.
Well, check what they did on I think it was Saturday night, the closeout game, when they had 10 guys play at least 17.
Who were they playing?
They played the Wizards.
Thank you.
They're in the playoffs. Any team, there are no bad teams. There are some teams that are better than others, but there are no bad teams in the playoffs.
All that matters is how Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan play against the King. And when they step on the floor, they genuflect. They melt at the very sight of 23.
Well, you saw what Lance Stevenson did. He ran down the tunnel trying to take a picture with LeBron.
Did he?
I think the Pacers got you a little shook.
Yeah. Did you lose a lot of faith?
42-11-7. And the grand total of 14 points in 4
I'm
weeks.
getting a little nervous about the baby dinosaurs.
Wait.
I wish we played in the Heat. I feel a lot better if we played in the... Oh, my bad.
I thought there were no bad teams in the playoffs.
The average score of the last 10 playoff games between Toronto and Cleveland is 110-95 Cleveland. Thank you.
With Kyrie.
Game over.
Will the Sixers win in Boston tonight? We'll discuss that next.